I never meant to wander into the alien districts alone. On Vesper Station, most humans stayed near the central ring, where the lights were familiar, the corridors smelled recycled instead of fermented, and people didn't stare at you with 8 eyes. But curiosity was a disease I had never cured, and after 3 months working as a cargo technician for the interstellar relay fleet, I was hungry for something different, something alive. My shift had ended early. I stepped off the tram at Sector Q, where the walls glowed with faint pulsating veins, as though the entire station were breathing. According to the map, the level hosted several diplomatic lounges, open to visitors of all species. I wanted a quiet place to sit and watch ships drift past the observation panels. Nothing more. But the moment the tram doors slid closed behind me, I realized this part of the station wasn't designed with humans in mind. Every bench was either too tall, too flexible, or coated in a gel that hissed at my touch. I walked deeper into the lounge area, scanning for the universal seating symbol, an upright line for a seat, a little circle for a head, friendly and recognizable. Just one normal chair, I muttered. One. I reached a wide chamber where floating cushions orbited a central table like tiny moons. They were beautiful, translucent, shimmering with subtle colors, but I knew enough about alien tech to avoid sitting on something that hovered without visible support. Last time I tried on a different station, the thing had bonded to my clothes and followed me for 2 hours. I turned to leave. And that was when she appeared. A tall figure stepped from behind a column of slowly spiraling mist. She was humanoid but unmistakably alien. Her skin a smooth silver blue, her eyes vertical slits that gleamed like molten glass. A faint field shimmered around her, bending the light just enough to give her an otherworldly outline. "Human," she said, her voice layered, as though 2 tones spoke simultaneously. "Are you seeking rest?" Her English was flawless, though her lips barely moved. "I'm, just looking for a place to sit." Her eyes narrowed in what might have been amusement. She gestured to a nearby alcove. "In my culture, travelers do not sit alone. I will help you find comfort." Normally I would have politely declined and sprinted in the opposite direction, but there was something disarming about her presence. Not threatening, commanding maybe. Also, I was exhausted. "Okay," I said cautiously. "Lead the way." The alcove she guided me to was lined with organic-looking seats that resembled enormous petals. They opened and closed in slow breathing motions. Again, not ideal. "These will conform to you," she said. "They recognize posture and weight." "I honestly just need something solid," I admitted. She studied me for a long, curious moment. Then she extended her hand. What I thought was a hand anyway. When I looked closer, her fingers were jointed differently, and a faint glow pulsed beneath her skin. She took a step closer. "Then sit," she said softly. "With me." And blinked. "Sit with you." She nodded. "If I anchor you in my proximity, the seat will stabilize into a form compatible with your species. Otherwise, the petals remain fluid." So it wasn't an invitation, more like a technical requirement. Relieved, I stepped toward the petal-shaped seat she indicated. As I began to lower myself, she reached without warning, took hold of my forearm with surprising strength, and pulled me gently but firmly down beside her. The petals stiffened instantly beneath us, reshaping into a cushioned platform. Solid, comfortable, perfect. But her action startled me so much that I nearly fell sideways into her. "Whoa. You didn't have to. You hesitated," she said calmly. "In my culture, hesitation is read as a request for assistance." I honored it. I wasn't sure whether to thank her or apologize. Her grip loosened, but her gaze stayed locked on me, unblinking. "I'm Jalen," I said finally, breaking the silence. Engineer. Well, junior engineer. She inclined her head. I am Valerie of the Lethen Accord. I'd heard of the Lethen. They were an elusive, highly advanced species who rarely interacted with humans. Their technological achievements were rumored to involve quantum empathy, whatever that meant. We sat together on the now stable seat as the lounge shifted around us. Colors cycling, soft murmurs of alien languages drifting through the air. Strangely, I felt comfortable. That was rare for me anywhere outside human sectors. Valerie tilted her head. You traveled far. Not as far as you, I'm sure. Perhaps. But your species carries distance differently. I can feel it. I frowned. Feel it. Her eyes glowed faintly. The Lethen perceive resonance, emotional frequencies, mental patterns, the echoes of your experiences. Not true mind reading. More a harmonics. That sounds terrifying. It is quite gentle, I assure you. She paused, studying something in me that I couldn't sense. You carry a loneliness, she murmured. A curiosity too. Those traits stand out uniquely among humans. I shifted nervously. And what does that mean? It means, she said, that you are unclaimed. I stiffened. Unclaimed. She seemed genuinely puzzled by my reaction. Among my people, claiming is not ownership. It is recognition, an acknowledgement that two beings have crossed paths in a way that will shape them both. When I pulled you, the seat responded to us together. It interpreted us as temporarily bonded. Temporarily bonded. Like friends. Perhaps. Like travelers whose patterns align for a moment in time. Nothing more binding than a shared song. The explanation soothed my panic. Okay. That's actually kind of beautiful. Valerie's posture relaxed. Good. I did not wish to distress you. For several minutes we simply sat together. I watched passing spacecraft glitter beyond the observation pane. Valerie watched me watching them, as though fascinated by the simplicity of human awe. Eventually she spoke again. You came here to rest, but I sense you carry questions. I guess I do. Why help me? Why talk to me at all? She looked out across the lounge. The Lethen rarely speak with humans. Your minds are chaotic, brilliant but loud. But you were different. You entered this place searching for silence, not spectacle. That is rare. I almost laughed. I just wanted a normal seat. That is what makes you different, she said, her voice warm. You seek grounding even in the unknown. A comfortable quiet settled between us. For the first time since arriving on Vesper Station, I felt like I wasn't merely an outsider trying to fit into someone else's world. After what might have been an hour, Valerie stood. Our bond ends here, she said gently. But our encounter remains. Will I see you again? Her luminous eyes softened. Perhaps. The station is wide, and paths cross unpredictably. But should you ever need another place to sit, a hint of amusement flickered across her face, you will know where to look. She stepped back, the shimmering field around her intensifying briefly, and then she vanished into the spiraling mist from which she'd emerged. I remained seated for a moment longer. The petal chair softened under me, returning to its fluid, alien form now that Valerie was gone. When I stood, it folded closed as though sleeping. As I walked back toward the tram, I couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted inside me. An impression, a resonance, like she said. Something subtle but meaningful. I had come looking for a place to sit. Instead, I found an alien woman who claimed me with a single pull, and left me with a connection I would never be able to explain, even to myself. And somehow, I hoped our paths would cross again.